It is true that the US president has increased tariff on most economic products in the US, and which has called for a very great concern on the economic challenges that comes from this decision from the global community. As Africans, how do we respond to this? How do we get our balance so that this will not take us unaware? And that is where the UPAM integration program comes in. Just like the way we have always been saying, the political system, the judicial system, and even the governance system is not giving us what we want to build a secure future for our children and unborn children. And if this is not giving us what we want, what is the right approach to go about this thing? There is no place where the concept of God has been abused like in the midst of good men. You hear good men says that, yes, let's leave it for God and everything. But there is no set of people that are very, very dogged, formidable, united, and very, very ambitious like bad men. They put everything together to achieve what they want. We must understand that life has been designed by God Almighty himself to be a battlefield of intelligence, and it is a battlefield of the display of intelligence between good men and the bad men. And the set of men with the most superior sense of this intelligence must definitely rule. So it is high time we get to understand, as men who are trying to fight for the mental and economic liberation of our people, that accessing the superior knowledge and fighting with every single resources we have to get the right kind of intelligence to approach this problem is the key solution for us to get this economic liberation in which we are fighting for. It is not all about what the world powers are doing around their home that should bother us more. But what should bother us more, it is all about how we are going to respond to this accordingly and gain our balance. And that is why we talk about the UPAM integration program. What does this UPAM integration program start for? For a very long time, we have contributed money collectively as a people, even in the midst of the failure of most of our institutions, most of our systems that are designed to secure a better future for our children, but which are failing. We have put in money in order to build everything that has to do with our religious belief and our religious lifestyle. And we have gotten to discover that when it comes to that aspect, we are not really doing bad. But where we really want this transformation is the economic aspect, where our young ones and our people can get jobs, where they can get the right kind of skills that will make them to be economically independent. So we have said this, that if this system is failing, as good men, we must put everything we ought to put together and mobilize our people. And let's mobilize resources across all our race, across all the African race, both at home and in the diaspora. Put these resources together, and from these resources, let's go into mechanized agriculture, industrialization, manufacturing, and educational skills acquisition educational centers, where our children are going to have this right kind of knowledge, where our young people are going to have employment and access this right kind of knowledge that will enable them to have the kind of economic prosperity they have always wanted. Imagine a bad system will always beat a good man. The only way for us to kind of like influence our political system is by creating a good and credible economic system for our young people. Imagine a situation whereby we are able to mobilize resources and we are able to give millions and millions of our young people jobs, opportunity, and create opportunity for millions and millions of our young people to access the right skills that is needed globally. When they have this job in their millions and they have these skills in their millions, which makes them to be economically fit and independent, you who is able to mobilize all of these things and create these systems that are giving them this opportunity, you will also have the power to influence their political choices. Because if the political system, if the governance system was not able to give them credible jobs and credible skills, then from this integration program in which we have been able to mobilize these resources and the rest, we were able to create up systems that can give them these skills and jobs. Invariably, when we tell them with the right fact and the right evidence that this is the right kind of leaders you're supposed to choose, this is the right kind of leaders you are supposed to elect, and these are the right kind of leaders that can be in various positions to give your children and unborn children a promising future, definitely they are going to key into it. Emphasis should not be on much on the economic policies or the tariff hiking that is going on globally by world leaders. Life is a game of interest. They are trying to do whatever they can do to protect their own interests and make their own economy to boom. And at the same time, we must respond accordingly to put on strategies and modality on ground that will make us to strengthen our own economy irrespective of all the challenges and failure we are facing from our system and institution. We shall put all of these things together, and when we put all of these things together, that will give this good economic opportunity to our young people. It shall give us the kind of balance with one, and it has given us the right opportunity to respond accordingly.